Okay, so what we're going to do now is set up the stretch bone shape for the knee. Now this is going to be actually very easy. All you have to do is first click on this layer, go ahead and do the middle mouse button and just click on the W.I. line. Since we've already created it, we're just going to use it again. Just do Shift D to duplicate it, press the 3 key, go ahead and click on this blue arrow and just bring this down over here. Go ahead and zooming into this area. Now here I'm just going to do the middle mouse button to rotate the view, and here click on this red arrow and just bring it over here. It doesn't have to be perfectly aligned right now. Okay, so now what we need to do is actually press the Shift key down and turn this layer back on. Then click on a bone over here, press the Shift key down and turn on the IK bounds. Now what we want to do is go ahead and just change the view like this. So this is going to be our stretch bone. So here we're just going to do Control C over here to copy this. Go ahead and click on this, type in W dot, just do Control V, and here I'm just going to take out the M over here, press enter, go ahead and do Control C. Now go ahead and click over here, go to the bone. Now over here, because the list is getting really long, it's just easier to click over here, do Control V, and just click it. Okay, so you'll see that it appears over here. Now, as I've already shown you, that when you are dealing with the stretch 2, it's simply showing you how far the head of this bone is from this target. So obviously this is a bit further. Now here we have to figure out, okay, well, how much do we want to stretch this? So first you want to go ahead and go to this tab and turn off the axis because they kind of get in the way. Go ahead and click on the bone constraint. Now here you can simply press the Shift key down and go ahead and just click a little bit to bring it up. Now you don't have to go all the way. Okay, so here I'm getting a value of 0.66. So here I'm going to look at this and type in 0.065 and enter, right? So you have to tinker with this value. It's not going to be the same for you as me. And that basically sets that up. We can click on this and press the G key to test it out. That's what we want. So let's go ahead and now place this in the correct place. So here, what you want to do again is just press, go ahead and zoom in, press the G key, and just place it right about here where the origin is. I'm just going to rotate the view, and again, I don't want it to be perfectly aligned. I just want it to be a little offset so it's easier to select this. Okay, now press the 3 key. Here we can just do Shift S, do cursor to select it, and now change this to the 3D cursor. Go ahead and press the R key. We're in object mode and we're just going to align it. You can press the Shift key down to just align it the way you want. And of course over here you can press the S key to just scale it out. Again, it doesn't have to match perfectly. This is the bone shape over here. Okay, so we've got that set up. Now here we're going to simply click over here to only turn this layer on, and we don't obviously want the user to select this bone. So here just hover your mouse and press the period key on your numpad to get to this bone. It will be highlighted over here, and here we're just going to turn this off. Okay, so now the user cannot select this. Now because we have to mirror the bones to the other side, this is obviously going to get in our way. So we're just going to keep it like this and actually turn this off for a second. We'll come back to this concept. Okay, so what we need to do is go ahead and press the 1 key to go to the front view, and over here first go ahead and turn off the bone shapes. Now press the Shift key down and make sure that all of these layers are on. Now it's really important here to do Alt H to make sure that you unhide any bones that you might have hidden. And what we need to do is actually delete these original deformation bones. Over here, let's actually put this back to median point for a second. Go ahead and switch this to edit mode. Now here we have to do Alt H again to bring these bones back, and only make sure that these bones are selected. So I'm just going to just reselect them to make sure that it's not selecting any other bones that we might have hidden. Okay, now over here, make sure that the X-axis mirror is off. You're going to do X, and of course just delete these bones. Now all we have to do is make sure that we select all the bones on all these layers that we've selected. So we only want the leg bones. Okay, so here what you want to do is go ahead and just press the C key and just start selecting some of these bones over here. You can always select them by hand a little later. Just get a bunch of them in this circle. Okay, now right click. Now here you want to press the G key to make sure that you didn't miss anything. So you can see that I didn't get to select that bone. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in, press the shift key down, click on this, zoom out, press the G key to make sure that I got all the bones, right click to cancel. All we have to do now is go ahead and do W and just do symmetry. So it'll end up on this side. Okay, so now what we need to do is go ahead and switch to pose mode over here and turn on the shapes. Okay, now of course the shapes are not going to match because they're actually for these bones over here. You can see that this is pointing in the same way, so we'll correct that a little later. First, what we want to do is go ahead and save this because we have to first fix the drivers for this side. So let's go under File, do Save As, and we're going to save this as rigging lesson 04b.blend. Okay, so first we're going to fix the drivers. So go ahead and press the 1 key to go to your front view, do Shift middle mouse button, and what I want you to do is go ahead and click on the hip.touch and just press the R key and go ahead and rotate it like this. Now here, if we click this and actually turn on this driver, you can see that this is working just fine. And if we click over here, this also has the property, and if we click it, it's not going to do anything because we have to basically reset everything. So the first thing is to click on this bone over here and go ahead and go to the bone constraint. So you can see that this is what the driver is. We're going to right click, and over here we're going to do copy driver. Go ahead and go to the mirrored version. You can see that it's not here. Just right click, and here you're just going to do paste a driver. Now you're going to click over here, you're going to right click and do copy data path. Go ahead and click on this bone, and of course open up the graph editor over here. Go to drivers, click this, go ahead and open this up and expand this. Now here you will see that right here it says that it's based on the thigh touch.fk.l. So all we have to do is hover our mouse, do Control V. Now confirm visually that you see the .r. It's kind of hard to see over here. Now just do update dependencies. Now click over here, scroll down, and make sure that it is in fact working. Right, so that's fixed. Okay, now just go ahead and press the A key to select everything. Just do Alt R to reset the rotation. So here I'm just going to go ahead and click this and make sure this is at 0. Click on this and make sure that this is at 0. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the IK. Okay, now what we want to do is basically do the same thing. First, go ahead and click this, and here you can see that when we press the G key, it's just going to move the whole IK system. But if we turn this on and press the G key, it's not going to do anything. So this means that we have to set up the drivers. So let's go ahead and actually make sure that this is at a value of 1. Now in order to do this, what we have to do is go to the data tab over here and just go ahead and click on this layer, press the shift key down, click on this one, right? So this is where the IK system is. Now the touch bone is where we had actually added the drivers, right? So here we're going to press the shift key down, turn this layer on, and go ahead and turn this off. Okay, so now if we press the 1 key, click over here, go to the bone constraints, you can see that this is where this is. So just right click and do copy driver, click on this, right click, and just do paste a driver. Now here, let's just go ahead and do the same thing for all of them. Go ahead and click this, right click, do copy a driver, click on this, right click and do paste a driver. Now let's go ahead and do the middle mouse button to rotate this view. Click over here, right click and do copy driver, right click on this one, right click and do paste driver. Finally on this bone right here, right click, do copy driver. I'm just going to zoom in, look over here, right click, and here we're going to do paste a driver. Okay, now go ahead and click this. Now here this says leg.l, so we should fix that. Go over here, just click on edit, and here just change this to .r and enter. Click OK. Now here just right click and do copy to the path. Now go ahead and click over here, and here just want to visually see what it says. Do Control V. Over here it should say .r and .r. Do update. Click on this bone over here. Do the same thing. Visually check what it says. Do Control V. Double check this. Do update. Go ahead and now click on this one. Do Control V. Go ahead and do update dependencies. And over here we're going to click this. Do Control V. Go ahead and do update dependencies. Okay. Now let's make sure that this is working. So here we're going to click this and press the G key. You can see that it works. I'm going to park it over here and just turn this off. Okay, so this is working. Now here what we want to do is simply click on these and press the R key to make sure that they all are working. Okay, so this is set up. So let's go ahead and collapse this. Now let's go ahead and go to the data tab and only turn on the touch bone layer. Press the A key, do Alt R and G to reset everything over here. So we have this whole thing set up. Now again, it's a good idea to click this and press the R key to make sure that all of these are working. Okay, so you can see the constraints are working. Again, I'm right now just checking the FK over here. Okay, now if we want to check the IK, we would have to make sure that this is on 1. This works. Click over here, press the G key, press the R key 2 times. This works. Over here, and let's make sure that this is working. Yep, that works. And on this knee joint, we of course have to turn this on over here and click this. Make sure that this is working. Okay, that works. And now we want to click over here on the foot roll and press the R key. You can see that the foot roll is working. Okay, click on this, that works. And here we're going to click this and of course turn this off. Now go ahead and click this and turn this off. Press the A key, do Alt R and G. So everything over here is now set up. So go under File, do Save As, and here we're just going to save this as rigging lesson 04 c.blend. Okay, so I will see you in the next lesson where we're going to take a look at how to mirror the bone shapes. Thank you.